In this situation, we have a little bit of a more complicated use of the exponential equation. And there are some things you want to already know by heart before you get to a question like this. For a basic exponential equation, A is your starting amount, B is the way it changes, and X is the number of times that all happens. So for instance, a gym can have 1,800 members. It can be changing by 1.02, which by the way means we're increasing by 2%. And it can happen once a year, which would be every 2 years. So that's what we're starting with here. Now, the two main ways that can be changed would be if the exponent changes to x over some number or x times some number. So let's go ahead and use the letter Q because that's what they're using in this question. So let's change that x there to a Q. Let's do it here as well. This thing allows me to. Okay, so if we have Q over 4 here, this is saying we're starting at some number, we're changing by some amount, but Q over 4 says it happens every 4 whatevers. In this situation, every 4 quarters. On the other hand, having an exponent that's multiplied, that would be like saying that this change happens 4 times every whatever. So that would be 4 times per quarter. So now the question says, this is the model for the membership of the gym in terms of the number of years. It's increasing by 2% every year. Now, by the way, why is it increasing by 2%? Because when you're increasing or decreasing by a percent, you start at 100 and then you go up or down from there. So if you go up 2%, it takes you to 102. If you go down 2%, it takes you to 98. And then putting them both in decimal form, moving the decimal 2 spaces to the left, you're either going to get 1.02 or 0.98. So increasing something by 2% means multiplying it by 1.02. Decreasing something by 2% means multiplying it by 0.98. So in the equation for this gym membership, we see that it is starting at, we see that it's starting at 1,800, it's going up 2% every year. Now, how would we describe that in terms of quarters? Quarters are a quarter of a year. In other words, there's 4 quarters in a year. So it's starting at 1,800, it's going up by 2%. Every 4 quarters would be Q over 4, and that matches this one right here. And our answer here is A.